aluminium foil mirror ball challenge. Have you seen these? It's all over YouTube at the minute, where you take a sheet of aluminium, roll it into a tight ball, and then whack it with a hammer a few million times, sand it down with different grades of sandpaper, and then finally polish it up, and you have a kind of mirrored shiny ball. Not as pretty as any of the thumbnails make it out to be. I've been asked a few times, am I going to do this? The answer? Not a hope. I don't work in aluminium. I think I broke my hammer last summer. I work in wool, so let's see if we can make a wool mirror ball. So the first step in making this was to make a ball. If you haven't already, check out my how to needle felt a ball tutorial in the cards up above. And then I covered it in my mid colour of grey fibre. Now obviously I could leave it as this, as a little grey ball. But a mirror ball, the reflective surfaces mean there's a lot more contrast and highlights. So let's work on trying to shade this ball as if it was a mirror ball. So let's see how I do this. So there's your mirror ball from wool. Although this is just a fun challenge, it's a good exercise to practice looking at how light hits an object. For instance, a shiny mirror ball doesn't necessarily reflect the light the way you think it should. We're imagining that the light source is coming down from this side, so obviously it's darker at this side, but there's also a couple of little extra reflections in the ball that just give it extra looking more sheen. We've got black around it because it's so much more high contrast because it's such a shiny thing. But of course this ball only kind of works from the one angle. If I turn it, it just looks a bit silly. Although this is a daft wee project, it actually can have use in needle felting because our sculptures are, yes, they're three-dimensional shapes, but the wool doesn't have any reflection in it, so there's times that we can use reflection to our advantage. For instance, if you want to needle felt eyes, just adding a wee glint of white in a small eye gives the idea of the light reflecting off it, which makes a huge difference. The same if you're doing much larger eyes and you're able to add more detail. If you look at how eyes reflect, the point where the glint is, on the opposite side of that there'll be a bit lighter area in the iris of the eye, so that's worth paying attention to. So you can add these little things just to add a little more life. The same with, say, a black horse. If we just felt it all in complete flat matte black, it won't look as amazing as if perhaps you added some highlights over the hips of the horse or something, just to bring it out how it shines in the sunlight. So not going overboard with it, but it's well worth something to have a wee practice at to see what you like. And often with shading, it's good to think of having at least 3 different colours in the colour you want to shade, 3 different shades of that colour. So you would lay down the middle, the average colour, and then you can add highlights and shadows on it. You can even blend and get more colours than that. So if you're an artistic person and looking to craft your career, remember, I'm Pam Duthie, and every Thursday I make needle felting tutorials to hopefully give you a bit of artistic inspiration. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, don't forget, click on my wee face to subscribe, check out the video of more ideas and more tutorials, and don't forget, come back every Thursday. Thank you so much.